Hello, all you tiny, beautiful people that live in my computer. My name's Finn, and today's video isn't super exciting for you guys. It also isn't super exciting for me to make, as it is about me and my mental health, and I hate talking about that sort of thing, because it's uncomfortable, and I wasn't able to do that as a child. Woohoo. So this video is kind of just going to be a rant, me rambling just about mental health, how I've been feeling, which has been not very good. And this past week or so has been hell. It has just been horrendous in every sense. To begin, one of the days I was supposed to not work this week, I ended up having to do that, and there's a bunch of bullshit and drama and stupid stuff going on there that I can't talk about, mostly because it involves other people who were not me, and I'm hardly involved in the dramatic bullshit at all, but it's there. So I'm a little, worn out physically, because a solid, 40% of my job is moving heavy shit all day long. So that sucks. 3 whole penises. Also, throughout this video, if I am cursing, or if I am rambling on like an old man, or like a 70-year-old woman who's talking about, her issues with the gardener, my apologies. I don't feel very good. So there's been that. I won't go in depth on this next part because it isn't public, and it doesn't need to be public info. But I don't get to say no to doing overtime and stuff, not because of the job, but because me and my roommate are moving. And considering my roommate, pretty much all of their money goes directly into living, car expense, insurance stuff, bills, all of that, and then I handle food and shit if need be and whatnot. So somebody has to save up the money for the next home, because in a few months this one won't be ours anymore. I guess hers. This one technically isn't mine because I'm not on the thing yet. So yeah, I've been trying to save up for that so that, we have a place to live. So I won't go too in depth on that other than just I'm stressed about it. So that's been something. Another thing that's been really messing with me is I have been having nightmares every single night for 2 weeks, maybe, and that has been hell. That has been horrible. Now I've talked about my vivid dreams and stuff in the past, but I don't have wild, weird dreams. My dreams are just things that can and have and could happen, stuff that is conceivable, and it's always hyper realistic. So when I have a nightmare, it's not a giant monster, it's not cosmic horrors, it's not weird spiritual bullshit, it's just bad things. For example, and this wouldn't happen at all, but I had a nightmare where I got kicked out, and that sucked because I woke up and was fucking tweaking. My roommate would never do anything like that, so that's not a worry. That's not a thing that is warranted for me to think. It was just a terrible nightmare. I had one not too recently about my father being here for some reason, and him talking loads of shit about me, about my roommate, about my friends, about my partner, just everything. alongside bullying me for my hairline for some reason. Maybe there's some insecurity there that I'm not aware of, and that's the issue. I don't know. I had a nightmare that my partner had been like basically catfishing me, and that was weird because we've been on video calls and shit, which mean like, you know what I mean? So that's weird. I have had tremendous back and forth nightmares about being a tranny, and that's been fun dealing with that in my sleep. And I don't want to go too into that because it's gross. But it's been sucky. Physically, I have felt like dog shit. My arms and legs are so fucking sore. I need to buy actual shoes. The shoes I have, the bottoms of them aren't like anything. Like when I walk through, there's like a big, I don't want to call it a courtyard because it's not. There's a big old like parking lot that's all like little rocks. And when I walk through there, the rocks go through the bottom of my shoe and will get stuck in the shoe because I don't have like an actual bottom to the shoe. So my feet have been fucking killing me. I don't always walk to work. Typically, I can get a ride from my roommate. But on the days where I walk, it fucking kills me. Working, just carrying shit around, doing that, physically bad on the legs, but like not having real shoes on, fuck. And there's, because I live in a small town, we would have to go fairly far to get me shoes that aren't like dollar store rip in half shoes. So that fucking sucks. Similar to the feet killing me thing, my hands are in horrid shape. I've been somebody who's always had like really soft, like I have, it doesn't show on camera because I'm a small person and I'm lanky, so it doesn't, I have big fingies and big hands. They're skinny, but they're like fucking, like I have almost an 8-inch hand and I'm like 5.5. I should not have giant hands and giant feet, which I do, which is weird. I wear a size 13 shoe and I look like a 13-year-old. It's wild. But like my hands are typically super soft. My nails are always super clean. There are cuts and bruises and spots that were or are bleeding all over from getting cut at work. A lot of skin abrasions. A lot of those cuts where like it leaves the skin sticking up. Like the thing that you get like right here by your nail, but like all over, and that sucks. Lots of cuts. Small allergic reactions that cause my hands to like, I don't know how to describe it. Like a small bubble under the skin sort of feel. I don't know how to explain that better. So that's been fun to handle. So my hands suck. Between that and the cats biting at them a lot, which, no, nothing bad there. They just play with me. It's not like they actually have any issues. So like my hands fucking suck. So that's been really cool. So physically, I haven't been doing very good. Now let's get back to the mental part of it, shall we? So 1 minute. I need a moment. I have been a fairly artistic person for a majority of my life. There's stuff on this channel of me drawing, of me painting, like the booking stuff, which I've had a lot of fun with, the pitches. And for a bit, that's been getting away from me. And it hasn't been a choice. I just haven't been able to do it. The infamous pitch, which I've been working on, which is super long, isn't done. Because I'm empty creatively. I have not painted since September or October. So that's been sucky. Earlier today, last night, I got a pencil sharpener, some colored pencils, and like one of those cheap like dollar store coloring books. And of course it's Spider-Man because I'm me. But I wanna do stuff with this. Because I don't want to just color it normally, though. I want to do some weird shit. Make my own stuff out of it. I think that'd be fun. I think that could be neat. But I'm going to try to do that as like a little jump start to my creative ability. So like creatively I've really needed something. And I'm going to try doing that today and daily, I guess. I don't know, something. So I've been very dead that way. I love YouTube so much. It has been a part of my life for most of my life, and I've been doing this for most of my life, and I would like to continue. And over the past like 2 weeks, I felt like it isn't loving me back. Because sometimes I post like a 40-second thing of like just, it's a shit post. It does not matter. I did not try. And it gets 10 times what my average upload is. Or I will spend countless hours writing, countless hours like putting together an idea and then sit down and record. And that does nothing at all. Barely gets seen. And that stuff fucking hurts. Like putting everything you have into something for it to not get anything out of it is fucking hard. The cats are fighting. Let's look at YouTube numbers for just a second. I won't spend forever on it, because I know that can be fucking obnoxious for people to do. See, this Wednesday's video did okay. This Wednesday's video had 62 views and 12 likes, which is cool. I'm happy with that, because that video isn't for me, and it wasn't creative, and it wasn't for fulfillment. It was to help people. So that one doing good makes me feel good. But hi, the king. Hello, little cat man. Before that, it's like 30 views, 20 views, 30, 40, and like, I don't know. It hasn't been fruitful. And I wanted to start streaming. WrestleMania weekend I was gonna stream. Had to work throughout the days. And then I was going to start streaming last week, worked all week. I was going to stream yesterday because I was off, went into work. So I haven't been able to start streaming. Today I can't because I have plans. And before somebody does the fucking bullshit thing where it's like, okay, well, if this means so much to you, don't plan ahead of it. Just do it instead of going to do other stuff. And it's like, I don't do a whole lot. I don't get to say no to working, and then the times that I'm home, I'm not going to stream with my roommate here, because that's not fair to her. Because then I have to lock myself in here, where the cats can't get to their food and shit. B, she can't come and talk to me or anything, because she doesn't want to be on camera. So, like, I don't want to do that. And then if I'm not at work and she's not here, then, like, yeah, I could, but then I've got other shit I have to deal with. Taking care of cats. Sometimes I've got to do, like, a little bit of shopping. Sometimes I need to record. Sometimes I have people to talk to. Stuff like that. And also, streaming while you're mentally dead isn't good for you. Like, I've been feeling like doo-doo dog ass if I did get to stream one of these random mornings where I'm hurt and tired and not conscious. It just wouldn't be intriguing or entertaining to anybody. And that's what this is entertainment. So, like, I can't just be all mopey on camera for fucking 6 hours. It's not intriguing to anybody. I love doing this, but some days it feels like this doesn't love me back. We have, I say it goes in cycles, where one day, in one single day, we'll jump up by 80 subs, and that's awesome. And then we'll spend 3 months not moving at all. Let's find a good example right quick. I apologize for being all over the place. I am not alive. I am not conscious. No, not that. Is this the one? How do I change that? Yeah, lifetime. Not what I wanted to look at. 25. Oh, I didn't want to look at that either. Fuck off. Oh, that's just not what I wanted to look at. So there's days where we get like four subs in a day or whatever. Like April 4th apparently was 4 days, four subs. But then there's like April 16th -1, April 27th -1, and that happens a little too often. And I've been making posts about reaching 750 subs for like a month. Which is horrid. And numbers aren't everything, and it's not about the numbers, but sometimes the numbers make me feel like I'm fucking doing this right. And it makes me feel like this is worth it, and it makes me feel like people give a shit. And then other days the numbers make me genuinely cry. So some days I'll post something and it'll get like 12 views, and then I want to go fucking cry my eyes out. Because I spent time on it and it didn't matter. I don't know. Comments have been less active, less people are commenting, and that sucks, because that's one of my favorite things about this, is answering every single fucking comment on the channel, and sometimes it'll be a full week without a single comment, which sucks. Let's get away from that part. I have felt really shit in my personal life. I don't have a lot of friends, and I feel like I have like 2 actual friends, and then everyone else just kind of is there. Like, there are multiple people that are friends with me and my roommate who I don't think like me. Plain and simple. People who I think genuinely, one way or the other, view me as her roommate and not as their friend. People who would not spend time with me if it weren't for me just being here and being obnoxious. And that's how I feel about a lot of people. And that's kind of how I felt about a lot of people for a majority of my life. It's just, I'm there, therefore you talk to me. The moment I'm not physically around you, you're not going to. And every single time I've been right. So that's been cool. been very, very cool. And then, excuse me, and then I have been feeling like a weird jealousy about people spending time together, no matter who it is. Rather it be two of my friends talking, I feel like I am not ever invited. I feel like I am the odd one out. I feel like I am, if I try to be a part of it, I feel like I am third wheeling, and I feel like I am pushing myself into a situation in which I don't need to be there. And I feel like that most of the time I see people in my life interacting. And that has caused me to feel worse. And that's not anybody's fault. I don't blame anyone whatsoever for that. That's a me issue and a trauma issue. I have attachment issues, so that's all me. That's not a you problem. If you think you're one of those people, it's not you. It's a me thing. And that I don't know. That those attachment issues and whatnot have started to cause me a lot of not good feelings. And then, because of the dumb way that my brain works, instead of thinking about the problem in a logical sense and going, okay, this is the issue, I'm just going, yeah, people fucking hate me. Which, because I'm already in a bad mood and not happy and stuff, it's like all of that's piled on. All of that is getting thrown on top of what I'm already dealing with, and it's making me feel worse, and it's all me. There's no one to blame, there's no one to throw it at, it's a me problem. So I don't even get to, like, have a moment of being away from it, because it's just me and who I am and whatnot. And that's been really fucking rough to handle. I have been realizing and dealing with a lot of stuff that I've dealt with in life that I've never noticed. Picking up on things that I was neglected, picking up on things that I was never given, picking up on things that I should have been given, picking up on things that I was given way too early, picking up on things that I've been through without actually noticing. Long story short, I am recontextualizing my entire life, because now I am surrounded by people who actually give a fuck. And not only are there people that give a fuck, there's also people who, like, have, for example, without going super in depth, my roommate has, like, two parents who are super loving, and siblings who are there for them and whatnot. I didn't have any of that. And seeing that in another person and seeing the differences we have because of it have brought me to finally understand what I was missing in those times. Because, like, everyone told me, like, whenever I was a kid, like, yeah, you weren't given these things were taken away from you, you weren't given this, this, and this. And it's like, cool. However, I never experienced those, therefore I don't know what the fuck you're saying to me. Telling somebody who's never had sushi before that they've never had sushi doesn't fucking fix the problem. Like it doesn't tell them what they're missing. Or, like, if you've never been to Paris and somebody who has been is like, yeah, I went there, it was awesome, you should go, or you should have gone, right? It's like, that doesn't tell them about Paris. Like, that, none of that's helpful. Telling somebody that they weren't given something in any context doesn't help. You have to, like, actually have a conversation about it, which nobody ever fucking did. So I've been, like, reliving life with the eyes of, oh, these things aren't supposed to happen to a 5-year-old. These things aren't supposed to happen to a 10-year-old. These things aren't supposed to happen to a 15-year-old. These things aren't supposed... These things should have happened. That sort of shit. And that has been dragging me worse and worse and worse. Because realizing what was missing for a lot of my life has put me at a point where I have no clue what the fuck was actually going down. You know? It's like I know, like my parents did these drugs, whatever. I know my dad did these horrible things to my mom. I know fucking this person did this thing to me, blah, 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 blah. But I just kind of saw that shit as normal. And then most of my friends throughout school were also super mentally ill and super fucked up and had really bad childhoods and stuff. So for me, seeing other people deal with bullshit was just like, yep, that's life. That's what life is. Life is everyone dying and everyone beating you and everybody doing drugs. That's what that is. Rape and murder. That's all life is. And it's not supposed to be that way, especially not for a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old or a 12-year-old or whatever the fuck. And when I tell people about some of the stuff that I have dealt with, typically, if they are in, like, my age range, they hit me with the, okay, because there's no fucking correct way to respond to that. And as, like, between, like, 15 and 17, there were a lot of people who we would be talking to each other, friendly, romantic, whatever, and I would start bringing that shit up, thinking it was normal. And then I learned what trauma dumping was, and that I did that to everybody for my entire life. Alongside learning that a lot of people hear, like, 2 or 3 of those things, and they go, that's a bunch of shit. And then you go, oh, that was just June. That's not all of it. So, figuring that out has been a fun back and forth in my mind. So that's been sucky. Real sucky. I have been in a plethora of relationships in my life. None of which healthy. Well, the current one's okay. The current one's good. Don't worry, my current partner is great. There's not an issue there. I'm past. The first one was 2 idiots, 2, like, 14-year-old. Well, actually, she was older than me. Yeah, 14 and 15. Yeah. 2, like, barely teenage kids who had shit childhoods, who didn't know how to talk to people, who didn't know how to talk to each other, having a really shit time and not being good for one another. Turns out, A, not a boy, B, that person's asexual, and aromantic and shit. So, you know, that was a part of it. Too bad neither of us knew how to fucking talk about any of that. The second one was somebody who was considerably older than me, almost by 3 years, and at 15, her turning 18, and it was me, it was the same period of me being a dumb kid who didn't know how to do things, but this time, it was to somebody who was way smarter than me, on, like, just every, like, emotionally, intellectually, like, in every conceivable way other than, like, random autism stuff, way smarter than me. And that made me feel like a dumbass every time I would speak. Like, it would make me feel so stupid trying to talk to her. So that's... and also, the, like, things we wanted were so different. For example, that person is currently a parent, and has been for a minute now. It's not like a brand new little baby. It's like a 4-year-old, which is fucking crazy. Well, I say 4. That math doesn't add up. Like 3 and something, 3.5 maybe. But like, you know, that's super not good. And so on and so forth. And then like the most recent actual partner, well, the 2 most recent partners I've had, one, great dude, super nice, super kind. I have no complaints with them. I was the problem. And I learned I was the problem. And I started fixing myself afterwards. I didn't learn during. But like after the relationship, I figured out I was the problem. And I worked on it, 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 and I'm a way, 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 way better person. Still feel, some days I still think I'm a terrible person, but I am a way better person. And then the most recent partner, was the first time where I can like tell you, like, I didn't do things, like, everybody does stuff wrong. So like obviously I made mistakes, but like I never did anything that was like a terrible thing for a partner to do. However, this person would go weeks, sometimes a month, without saying a word to me. But then, if I brought up that I didn't want to be together, they would freak out, even though they wouldn't speak to me. And that was really shit. So then I took a break again. And I, like, didn't talk to people for a while. And then earlier this year, I went on one date. Didn't go super well because we wanted different things, but we didn't have any issues. It was just we wanted different shit. And then my current partner is like, we're both mentally ill fucking idiots, right? But like, he cares and like actually tries to learn about me and talk to me and stuff, and seeing that has been a lot because I'm not used to a partner doing any of that. I'm used to doing, even at like my worst, I was still like, when it came to the things a partner does, I was doing those things. And I've never had them done for me. So having somebody who like actually like has a back and forth with you on things and actually conversates with you has been insane. So just in case you're watching this, hi, I love you. I had a breakdown maybe 3 nights ago, and I was playing games and it was cool, and then I went to the bathroom and I got done, and then I sat on the floor with a cat and pet the cat, and the cat got up and walked away from me, and for whatever reason that was the like straw that broke the camel's back. Just a cat, just Puddles walking away from me killed me. I broke down. I cried for like 2 hours just sitting on the floor of the bathroom. And then I came out and could not speak, like physically, like I couldn't get words out. And I had to text my roommate about it and be like, hey, could you unlock your car so I can get one of my stuffed animals? I might cry. So I grabbed a couple of my little stuffed animals because I needed to hug the shit out of them. So then I did that, and it made me feel a little bit better. And then I talked with my roommate for a minute. I didn't make it a big deal, and I didn't want to spend like all night talking about it, but I talked with her about it for a bit. And then the past 2 or so days, I have been more open about it with her and talked with her and stuff, and that's been helpful. But I don't want it to be her issue, and I don't want her to be my fucking therapist. I just want to be able to conversate with her about it. It's not her thing to deal with, and I don't want to push all of it on her, and I will not be doing that. I have not done that. But it has been nice to talk with someone about it in, like, the correct, healthy way. I'm feeling better than I was. Still not good. My, like, emotions of a 1 to 10, 10 being, like, happiest in your life, 1 being, like, all-time low. I was at, like, a 3. Which is pretty bad, considering there's been times in my life where I was, like, suicidal and such. But I was a 3. I have not been hurting myself. I've not been neglecting myself, and I have not thought of harming myself or others. I'm okay on that. I have gotten past that part of my lifelong sadness. But, like, I have been there. So that was like a 3 recently. Past few days it's been getting better. Today I've laughed a little bit, as did I yesterday, and today I have, like, felt better. And I would say I'm at, like, a 5 now. Not good, but better. And I hope to get better and better and better. The last little mental thing I'm gonna talk about for now, because I don't want this video to be too long. Transphobia has been killing me. When I go online, even just on YouTube, it's just political shit, back and forth all day. And for some reason, trans people existing is now a thing that causes people to freak out. And there are people who want me to die, and that's awesome. When I play games such as Overwatch, which I love playing, my banner is the Overwatch logo, but it's like a trans flag. And people are assholes, man. In the game, with a non-binary person and a bunch of gay people. I mean, there's like 2 bisexuals, 3 gay people, 2 or 3 lesbians. There's a bunch of gay people in Overwatch. A lot of characters are just gay. And they have flags and stuff for free just there. You can use them. But the people that play that game can be real assholes, man. For no reason. Like, I can go in as Arissa. Yeah, this is unimportant, but I feel like bringing it up. Because I can play pretty fucking good. If I play one of, like, the 4 or 5 characters that I'm, like, great at, I can kill people. I'm good at the game, but if I play certain characters, I'm good at the game. Like Moira or fucking Arissa or whatever. But I can go in as Arissa, for example, and it'll be in like 5v5 elimination, which it's not like a super long game mode. And I can kill 12 people, and I can get fucking 7,000 damage and whatever, damage mitigated or whatever. And then I will have people telling me that I am throwing and reporting me for, like, not for feeding and stuff when I am carrying the team, simply based on the flag in my like, thing. So that's awesome. That's really cool. That or people typing faggot with a 4 instead of an A, F4 GGOT. that gets typed a lot. So that's super cool. And then one time, and this one got me to completely log off the game for a minute, I was playing Junker Queen. If you don't know about Overwatch, Junker Queen is a big, muscly woman. Like muscle mommy. And I've played her a little, but like I don't know how to play her. And I was like, I'll play some non-competitive, just some regular games to like learn this character. And this made me log off the game because I was playing her, and we get to like round 2. It was round 3, I think. So we're like a solid 10, maybe 15 minutes, depending on how long it was, into this game. And somebody with, what was their name? You know what, I'm not going to do that because people could go be mean to them. Long story short, a person with a name that was already slightly, like, worrisome because of connotation and such. It was a racial thing. The name. Well, and the person definitely wasn't of that race. It was a white guy. They, like in the game chat, said that it was very ironic that I was playing Junker Queen, considering she looks like a man. And that really fucking sucked, because that was like the morning of like the day that was the peak of me feeling like dog shit. So that has been, that added to it. Damn, girl can't even play games without getting fucking profiled. Crazy. But yeah, I've been feeling very bad, so I apologize if content's been stinky, and that is why this past Monday's episode of the Quietest Show on the Internet didn't exist. That will be back this upcoming Monday. I just couldn't handle doing that. I just couldn't do it that day. To end this, I want to say thank you guys, and I am okay. I am okay. I will be okay. I've been talking to some people. I am trying to figure everything out. I am not in danger, and neither is anybody else. I'm not going to harm myself or anyone else. So get that out of the way. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for everything that you have given me the ability to do here, and I hope to continue doing it for you. My nose is itchy. I am so sorry. Thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I hope you're doing better than I am. I love you guys. Bye-bye.